Hello, this is Mon, and these are tips for my journal to help raise the vibration of the collective. And today I want to touch on the topic of synchronicities, okay? This shit gets weird. Ever since I was little, I have had the most bizarre coincidences happen. So much so to the point where I have a note. I have like a note in my phone where I jot down every time something super coincidental happens. The list is so girthy, okay? I got a lot. I don't know why, but this has been happening to me since I was a little girl, and even my skeptical father, he looks at me and he's like, this shit only happens to you. It only happens to you, Monica. So I always was researching and looking into coincidences, right? Come to find out, it is not coincidences. It is a synchronicity. It is divine intervention, your angels, your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, right? So the term synchronicity was coined by a Swiss psychiatrist named Carl Jung. And this was in the late 1800s. And a lot of his work has had a lot of influence on today's literature, psychology, archaeology. He has had a big impact on those fields. But a synchronicity is a really sacred experience. And I say that because a coincidence you can let go of in your mind, right? But a synchronicity is something that you can't necessarily just forget about or brush off. It's mind-boggling. The odds are not there, right? 1 in a million type of chances. So some might see synchronicities in terms of you think about someone you haven't seen in 10 years and all of a sudden they show up at the bookstore you go to. Or your grandma always gave you blue butterflies, maybe, and you see the blue butterflies all the time. I always found that in my art, there was always some sort of synchronistic experience that is happening. And to me, that's a symbol that I need to keep going, right? Whenever I was in college and I was in my drawing one class, I was in my drawing one class, and I remember I came back from a surgery and everybody had to draw a bone of the body, right? And so there was a skeleton that was laid out and everybody got to grab a different bone, right? And whenever I got my D&C, which if you don't know what that is, that's okay, but it goes on in the pelvic region, right? And all the bones were picked when I got back, and the only one left was the pelvic bone, of course, right? Which might be some sort of synchronistic thing, but in all of my art, there tends to be some sort of message behind it. And a lot of the times my art isn't what I pick, it's what people ask me to make. And somehow, whatever I'm making for that person really does have some sort of symbolic meaning in my life, and it ties in, and it's really weird. And I've always thought that, how does that happen? How is this? But it's a sign from the universe to keep making my art and keep creating, because that's what we're supposed to do here. So this is a really astonishing experience, and it's derived from our field of consciousness, if that makes any sense. It also ties into the law of attraction and manifestations. This is a complex phenomenon, which is subjective. And my advice to anyone who wants to interact with the universe is honestly just to think less and feel more. Feel it. Feel it. Seriously, your intuition is so important, and your intuition ties into your feelings. And a lot of us are suppressing our emotions, or spiritual bypassing, or gaslighting ourselves to set our feelings aside, that they don't matter, and that our feelings are too emotional, right? We're suppressing the feminine energy, and that is keeping us from the secrets to the universe, okay? Your emotion is key. Think less, feel more. Some common symbols that you might see is butterflies, white feathers, the infinity sign, the tree of life. The list goes on. You might dream about an animal, right? Or you see an animal frequently in your reality, animals that maybe you don't normally see, okay? You might dream about a person and then meet them in real life. A lot of people believe that it's your angels, your spirit guides, your higher consciousness. But to me, synchronicities are a constant reminder that our thoughts are manifesting in the physical realm, and what we focus on tends to materialize in our life. So if you're seeing a lot of repeating numbers, I know I was, and it comes in waves. I'll see no repeating numbers, and all of a sudden it's like back to back. I keep seeing repeating numbers, and I'm like, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, universe? I'm listening, but I don't know. So I put a list of repeating numbers and what I understand to be their meaning for you. 111 means manifestations are happening quickly. 222 means do not worry. 333 means you're being guided. 444 means your angels are with you. 555 means good change is coming. 666 means let go. 777 means good luck is coming. 888 means money is coming. And 999 means the end of a chapter and a new cycle is beginning. So I collected some tips for you in case you want to activate or cultivate that synchronistic flow into your life of connecting with the universe and having that dialogue. So the first thing is to cultivate your capacity to receive, right? So the universe is always going to show you what it is that you need to do in order for yourself to grow, right? But you have to have trust, and you can't question things. A lot of the times we tend to say, why is this happening to me? Why would I do that, right? But if the universe gives you the green light, floor it. Don't put on your brakes. Don't put on your blinker and think about, what's that gonna cost me? Why would I do that? How does that have any sort of impact on my overall experience or my overall goals, right? But you have to trust. And I find that when I am trusting the universe, good things are coming. They're always coming. I may not know it, but having that trust allows me to flow freely, knowing that I am going to be okay and everything is happening in the order and the timeline that is most optimal for me. My second tip is to pay close attention to your experience, and you will be surprised what the universe presents to you whenever you start to pay close attention. My third tip is to not overcomplicate things, right? Like I said earlier, punch the gas. Don't question it, just go with the flow, okay? Everything's always gonna be okay. But if you think that the universe is urging you to do something, do it. Just do it. And my fourth and final tip, which is super, super key, right? Is to just allow yourself to believe. And what I mean by that is believe in your manifestations, believe that your dreams are just a reflection of your reality. And if you overcomplicate things by being too skeptical or too cynical, you are limiting yourself and your potential. So everything that we experience, whether it's logical, intangible, or ridiculously abstract, it has meaning. Everything has meaning. And once you start to believe that, it gets weird. So that's pretty much all I got to say about synchronicities. My name is Mon, and I hope to help raise the vibration of the collective. And I love you all. Thank you for listening, whoever you are, whether it's one of you, two of you. I'm just grateful to be on this platform. This is something I wanted to do for a long time, and I'm happy to be here. So get in tune with yourself, listen to your intuition, tap into your emotions, and start to recognize the symbols and the messages that the universe has waiting for you. All right, that's all for now. Toodaloo. Synchronicity.